Alright, we're getting in shave number 2 for the Boozy Shave Week. Today we're going to be using the Shaving Shop Club's Black Birch Stout. So, this is basically Peter's soap, and he actually used this one, or he actually made this one with Guinness beer, I believe. The Guinness Stout, which is basically like the Bud Light of stouts, but still good, still enjoyable. Now, this to me doesn't smell like beer whatsoever. It doesn't smell like stout whatsoever. It's actually a quite dessert-like gourmand scent. It's full-on chocolatey, hazelnuts. You almost just want to like grab a spoon and start digging in. Really dessert-like. I love it. I love it, yeah. This is some great stuff. You can see it has that really dark brown color. It's quite a soft texture like most of Peter's soaps. But that's what we'll be using today. And we got the matching aftershave splash in this cool beer bottle decanter. So we'll be using that later. Now, I got my Lancaster bowl with some of the soap loaded in there. And there was a little bit of the Ginger's Garden Havana Cognac left over. I didn't quite get it all, so it's kind of a little mix. That's all good. No problems there. I'm going to be using my turn and shave that I have soaking here. My custom turn and shave with the little badger knot on it. Good looking brush. White, black, and silver. Very nice. So that's what we'll be using today. But before we get started, Boozy Shave Week wouldn't be Boozy Shave Week without a drink. So, Murder of Crows by Skookum in Washington. Skookum Brewery. So I'm going to bust out the gut hook and break this bad boy open. Maybe. There it goes. And we'll get a nice pour and we'll get started. So Boozy Shave Week. This is my number 2 shave, although it's day 3. I did a tutorial video yesterday about brush maintenance using Zingari Man's all-purpose brush cleaner. You can see it has almost 0 head. That's pretty standard for beers with high alcohol. This one has 9% alcohol in this 12-ounce bottle. So it doesn't give any tasting notes on here, but it does say Imperial Stout aged on seasoned oak. So hopefully we get a little bit of that wood character along with the full body Imperial Stout. Cheers. Alright, so this does have a little bit of alcohol warmth, just a little bit. It's a pretty roasty stout, almost like dark coffee type roast. And there is a slight, like, bitter dark chocolate in there as well. And definitely a bitterness that comes from, I assume, when you barrel age a beer on wood, or in, staves or reused bourbon barrels or something like that, it absorbs the wood flavor. But a lot of times, if you don't age it for a long period of time, it actually becomes almost quite bitter before it really absorbs a lot of those flavors. And I think that's what's happening here. There's a little bit of that bitterness from this beer not being aged for a long period of time. It's like young barrel-aged beer. Or not even barrel-aged, just seasoned on oak chips. I assume they didn't let it sit for long, so. Not bad. Not my favorite stout I've ever had, but not bad either. Good stuff. Alright, so we'll get started lathering here. Had a short day at work today. That was nice. And a short day is just a normal day. 8 hours. It was pretty easy, actually. Easy day today. Got everything done in a timely fashion. And I was just kind of waiting for the clock to move to my end time. So we still haven't really done much as far as, reduce hours or business or anything like that. We're just moving full steam ahead at the post office. At my post office, I should say. It's kind of funny. I was processing some packages, and I was seeing individual rolls of toilet paper that were saran wrapped and being tracked. They're being sent in the mail. Individual rolls of toilet paper that were being sent through the mail, saran wrapped with a packaging label on it. Oh my gosh, I was losing my mind laughing about that. I assume they were sending them to friends or family or something like that. Or maybe they were just bidding them off to the highest bidder. Who knows? But what kind of crap is that, man? That is just hilarious. I was, when I got off work today, I drove by I went to the store to pick up some Williams because CDB got tired of me making fun of everybody's Williams lather. So he tagged me or challenged me, whatever. So I went to the store to pick up some Williams. And it's funny, I drove by a Costco, and Costco had a line all the way across the side of the building because they don't open till 10 a.m. They had a line all the way down the side of the building and kind of beginning to wrap around the block. Oh my God. These people have truly lost it, man. What is going on? And it's funny because I walked into the adjacent Winco that's just on the other side of the block. Walked right in, grabbed my Williams, grabbed some groceries, grabbed some bottled water, and I was out of there. Now, granted, that store was pretty busy too, but it's like, that store had everything that those people were probably going in there for. It was just madness. People have truly lost their shit. Hopefully hopefully if shit hits the fan, they'll be able to defend themselves with that toilet paper, because if they got it all, then they'll see the other crazies coming to get it from them. And if they don't got anything but toilet paper to defend themselves, they are literally going to be shit out of luck. Oh my God. All you can do is laugh, because it's just, if you try thinking too much about it, you're just gonna depress yourself, really. Historically, we haven't really proven to be very good in crisis situations, or at least not quick reacting to crises. Alright, so I will be using the 1946 14 karat gold Eversharp Schick Injector here. I don't know why it's not focusing. Oh, maybe I got it locked. But yeah. And it is still not focusing. Focus on the razor. Anyhow, that's what we'll be using today. Now, I was pretty bummed because the state of Washington announced that all bars and restaurants and stuff like that, that they have to close their tap rooms and offer to-go services only. So in terms of like impact and if I'm feeling the effects of the virus, I am, because I usually go to the bar at least once or twice a week. Not the bar, the brewery. I go to local breweries. I have about 10 of them near me. And I go to them about once or twice a week. I feel like Norm at Cheers. I go in there, see friends, co-workers sometimes. And that's just kind of the norm for me. You know, I'll go with my wife sometimes. But I guess I'm feeling it in that way. Not really the most stressful situation to be in, but it is kind of depressing when you go in, because I still want to support these guys. Most of these breweries are literally mom and pop shops, more or less. It's not like they're raking in the dough. They're more or less mom and pop shops, and slowing their customer base from getting their products is really make or break for some of these guys. I don't know if the state government has a plan to help them bounce back from this, but I sure would hate to see any of them go. That's why I went in to get some to-go options yesterday on St. Patrick's Day. Lamest St. Patrick's Day ever, but I went in to get some to-go options, and I was just talking to the owners, and it's just kind of depressing, like, yeah, you can't stay. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but damn, just sucks, you know. But you tip anyways, give them a little bit just to help them get by in this time of need. And that goes for all, your local family-owned businesses in your areas. If you're having closures or stipulations like this put in place, help them out if you can. Trying to get a little bit more soap off the walls here. I did happen to get some to-go beer, though. I just enjoyed it at home with my wife. So far, I don't know anybody in my, immediate realm that's sick. Although the coronavirus did hit the one of the surrounding cities to us. So I'm sure it's only a matter of time. And I'm sort of like Jack in the thinking that I'd rather just get it over with, If I'm going to get sick, I'd rather just get it, fight the damn thing, beat the damn thing, and move on, Instead of just waiting if I'm going to get it or not, I'd rather just get it over with. I'm not really, over here shitting my pants, worried. More worried about family and friends than myself. But, yeah, I feel like I'm of good health. I would much rather just get it over with if it's going to happen. If it's in the cards, you know, I'd rather just get the fight going while I feel good. But we'll see. I'm not asking for it, but I feel like the wait is kind of worse than the actual battle, you know. Of course, that remains to be seen, but... Alright, so on to a different note. I cleaned all my brushes yesterday with the Zingari Man all-purpose brush cleaner. It was my first time using it. I just used warm water, you know, not hot water, just warm. I loaded my brush. Just like I would if I were to be doing a face lather. Just loaded it right out of the tub. Very light load. I'm not doing 3 passes with this, you know what I mean? I just need enough soap in there to get the bristles fully covered. So, just real light, and it had good results. Every single one of my brushes seem to visibly open up a little bit. They're, you know, the knot bloom, it visibly seemed to open up a little bit. And it's probably just from the lack of soap scum that's just built up on them. Even if you wash it real well, over the course of time, stuff is gonna, you know, be on there. And I think it worked real well. I just used my turn and shave today. It felt nice. It felt soft as ever. So, good product. Something that'll probably last me a really long time because, you know, brush maintenance and cleanup doesn't need to be done every week. You know, probably once every 2 months or 3 months, whatever, depending on really the amount of usage you put into each brush. I keep a fairly wide rotation, so 3 months is probably more likely what I'm gonna stick by. But looks like I got a real good shave with the Schick here. I gotta be honest, when the Schick arrived, you know, it showed a little bit of wear and age. Nothing wrong with that. I was aware of that. You know, the seller was open and honest about it. I got it off Etsy, if anybody's wondering. Matching my poster back there. I also showcased that in my previous video, my brush cleaning video. But I was worried because if you could see here, which is probably not going to show well, because for whatever reason it's not. The exposure is not like switching off from me. I don't know. I don't know if it's locked or what's going on. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. But if you can see, it's almost a little bit lopsided. And I'll try to be careful here. But it kind of wiggles just a little bit. The blade didn't seem to move at all. I didn't feel any chatter. It seems to be very well in place. I tried to push it side to side with a tool here, and the blade didn't move, so It seems to be locked in just fine. I was kind of worried that I was able to squeeze the head a little bit, but seemed to perform fine, so I guess there's nothing really to worry about there. Other than aesthetically, I mean, you'll probably never notice in Shave of the Day photos or anything like that, but I'll know. Just kind of sucks that I guess it wasn't mint as far as working order goes. I knew aesthetically it wasn't going to be mint, but it's all good. I got a good shave out of it. I didn't feel any funny business. I am pretty damn familiar with how Schicks shave, so there's that. But yeah, didn't feel no funny business. Performed well. I didn't feel any blade chatter or anything like that. It just performed as I expected it to perform. And we got a nice shave. Now, I didn't mention the scent strength on this soap, but it's kicking. I mean, probably one of the strongest scented soaps I have. It's probably like a 9. Or on my scale, I've never experienced anything this strong, so 10 out of 10. I don't know. It's strong. It is considerably stronger than other soaps. Even stronger than some of Peter's other soaps. And I gotta tell you, it only gets worse with the matching splash. Or better, depending on how you look at it. The matching splash is very much so. And eau de parfum in performance, it'll last you. And I mean, it'll last you until you wash yourself. It'll last you until you shower. It'll last your clothes until they get put through the wash. And even then, it'll be in your dreams, your nightmares. It hangs around. I love this scent, so I don't mind it, but this one hangs. Like after a long night of drinking, it hangs like that hangover that just feels like it's never going to end. All right, so let's get stuck in. The matching splash. So it's got this Belgian style topper, which is fairly unrealistic. There's not a whole hell of a lot of Belgian stouts. And Belgians kind of put this cage with the cork on a lot of their beers. So, wouldn't likely see this in a stout, but aesthetically, it looks cool, but not something you would likely see very often with a stout. So, the cork comes out nice, even though it does maintain an airtight seal. And again, no restrictor. So, I'm going to attempt, again, to do it right this time, but with no blooper. So, I'm putting my thumb over the majority of the hole, getting a good grip on this damn thing. Alright, got a much better control of it this time. There we go. Much better. Last time with the signature splash, I definitely let some get away from me because I was trying to demonstrate it on camera. And I'm going to get this on as if it was a cologne. Oh, man. And that's all you need, man. A little bit goes a long way with this one. I'm telling you. Performance-wise, it's kicking. It's up there. So get the cork back on. And this is just so nice. So nice. Chocolatey, hazelnutty. It smells like dessert. You just want to grab a spoon and start eating. But, recap. The Club Black Birch Stout. I believe this is his only soap base that features beer in it. So, Black Birch Stout. Real good stuff from the Club. Awesome gourmand scent. Doesn't smell like beer, so don't worry about that. I use my 1946, I believe. That's what the advertisement said anyways. Schick Injector with the 14 karat gold. Very nice. I'm also using a Schick Proline B20 blade. Those are really nice shavers. Alright, I use my Lancaster shaving bowl, as always. My turn and shave, that's upside down, but my custom turn and shave with the nice little badger knot on top. And that pretty much concludes Boozy Shave Week, shave number 2. So, very nice. Staying safe out here for as long as I can, but ready for whatever comes my way. I hope you guys are staying safe out there too. We're halfway through this week. If you're still working, we're halfway to the weekend. If you're already quarantined and locked in at home, I hope you can keep your mind off, all the stressful things and just enjoy yourself. But, don't let all the madness consume you, please. Try to keep a straight head and think for the future. Anyhow, that'll do it for me. Enough sad shit. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you next time.